Hi, welcome back to Essays for Youth. I'm Debbie Rocchio.
And I'm Bob McAdam.
Thanks for joining us. This is our first essay, and it's titled, Did You Make a Mistake? Have you ever made a mistake, Bob?
Oh, never.
Never. Well, you have more time. We'll give you time.
I've got more time than
Right,
yeah.
right. So I'll read it. I'll read the article, and then we'll just discuss a few points about it. That work?
Fine.
Awesome, great. So, did you make a mistake? Thousands and thousands of screaming Rose Bowl fans jumped to their feet as Roy Riegels picked up the opposing team's fumbled ball and dashed for the goal line. But he was running for the wrong goal line. By the time Roy realized his mistake, he had nearly crossed the opponent's goal line. He tried to turn around to sprint for his own goal, but his opponents wouldn't let him, and they tackled him on the 1-yard line. On the next play, Roy's team had its punt blocked in the end zone, and the opponents were awarded a 2-point safety. Roy's team lost 8-7. Many fans, and Roy too, thought that this mistake made the difference in the game. Roy became the GOAT of the game and the subject of criticism and razzing from friends and fans alike. He apologized to his teammates after the game. He did not make mistakes. He did not make excuses, Roy vowed to make his mistake work for him and maybe for others too. He managed his mistakes so masterfully that his teammates voted him captain for the next year's team even before the present season ended. For many years after the game, Roy turned his antennas for people who made serious mistakes. Frequently, he would contact them, consoling them and saying he understood how they felt and that their hurt would not last forever. Then he'd tell them that he was the person who, in front of more than 60,000 screaming fans and hundreds of thousands more listening to the radio, ran the wrong way with the ball in a Rose Bowl game and helped his team lose that game. Roy's gesture highlights an important point about making a mistake. It's not that he made a mistake. We all do at times. But it's how he handled it that became important. He did not make excuses, nor did he blame anyone else. He learned from it and used his mistake to help others deal with their mistakes. Roy shows that we can all grow from our actions, even when we make mistakes. Great point. So what inspired you to focus on this topic, Bob?
That's a good question. It's probably because we all make mistakes that I thought, well, here's an issue that is going to come in front of these young people, and they're going to be able to determine what they would do if they made a mistake. The thing that I like about this is that Roy, he could have made excuses because when he picked up the fumble, why, the opponents got a hold of him and turned him around a number of times. And so he was, facing the wrong way when he got released. And so that's where he ran. He could have said, gosh, I was dizzy, I didn't know where I was.
I got turned around.
He didn't make any excuses. Mm-hmm. That was the first thing. He accepted the idea that he made a mistake, and he was gonna do his part to make that work for him. Mm-hmm. So he didn't make excuses. He didn't involve anybody else. He thought, I'm going to make this work in some way for me and maybe for other people too. They can learn from my mistakes.
Right.
And so that's what inspired me to do that. I just felt that it was a good story, and it was one that I think brought about the point that we all make mistakes. That's not the important part. It's how you handle it that makes the difference.
Getting through it, right. Can I tell you a story?
Sure.
One of my biggest fears is reading aloud. Right.
Uh,
And I made a mistake when I was reading.
so,
I was embarrassed,
Uh-huh.
but I knew the point of this article I have read more than 10 times with you is you got to push through.
yeah,
You got to push through.
yeah, that's a good point too.
So I think about with you being a coach as well, how would you direct somebody or how would you help somebody handle it in a live game?
Well, certainly I wouldn't add to the misery of the person who made the mistake. I'm not too good about giving advice, but I think I would not pursue the idea that, hey, you know, you made an important mistake, you lost a game for it, you're out of here, or something like that.
Right.
It wouldn't be that kind of a reaction. It would be one where I would kind of empathize with the person who made a mistake, and if I saw that he was really trying to make that mistake work for him, I'd probably give him a good pat on the back.
Yeah. Because as you know, in different sports, does one mistake really determine the outcome of the game?
Not usually.
Not usually, right, right. Jordan shot a lot and missed, but he continued to work
Right.
through it.
Right.
So the last question we like to ask is, how does this apply to the youth today?
Well, I'm going to let the readers determine that. I am not the point of the essay is to raise an issue, not to solve a problem for the reader. And
Love
so if the reader will just think it through and make it work for them, that's what the point of the essay is.
That's great. So we look forward to your comments. Let us know what you think, how you handle it, or if you have any questions for us. Stay tuned for our next one. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.